Today, we're digging into one of the most powerful forces in fashion, maybe ever, the Kate effect. We're talking about the incredible, almost unbelievable influence of Kate Middleton's style, an influence that has the power to build and, as we'll see, sometimes even break entire brands. I mean, that sounds like a bit of an exaggeration, right? How can one dress do that? But what if I told you that one outfit, worn for just a few moments in the spotlight, could create so much demand that it actually helps put the company that made it out of business? Well, that's exactly where our story begins. From the absolute second she stepped into the public eye, every single thing Kate Middleton wore was suddenly under a microscope. People were obsessed, but her status as a true powerhouse fashion icon, that was cemented almost instantly, right from her very first official appearance. So, what is the Kate effect really? Well, it's this wild phenomenon where the second Kate wears something, it doesn't matter if it's high-end designer or something you could find at a department store, it causes an absolute frenzy. We're talking websites crashing, stock completely vanishing, brands suddenly find themselves at the center of this massive global moment. And this is the dress that started it all. Cast your mind back to November 2010, the official engagement announcement. Kate steps out in this simple, elegant, but totally unforgettable blue wrap dress from a brand called Issa London. It matched her sapphire engagement ring perfectly, and boom, it became iconic overnight. The reaction was just insane. The dress reportedly sold out in 5 minutes. Just think about that. 5 minutes. That is the Kate effect in its purest, most powerful form. A relatively small brand was suddenly the most wanted label on the entire planet. Now, you'd think this would be the ultimate fairy tale story for Issa London, right? Their business just exploded. But that fairy tale success, it took a really sharp, unexpected turn. This incredible fame had a downside that absolutely no one saw coming. The problem was the demand was just too big, way too big. The brand was small, they just couldn't keep up. They didn't have the money to finance the massive amount of production needed, and honestly, the pressure of it all just became completely overwhelming. And in this really cruel twist of irony, the very effect that made them famous was a major factor in them closing their doors in 2015. So that first story is a really dramatic example, but the effect didn't stop in 2010, not by a long shot. Let's actually look at how we can quantify her impact with some more recent hard numbers. Okay, let's fast forward to 2021. It's the James Bond premiere for No Time to Die. And Kate arrives in this absolutely breathtaking sequined gold cape gown by Jenny Packham. I mean, it was a true movie star moment. Jaws on the red carpet and pretty much around the entire world collectively dropped. And this just shows you the ripple effect perfectly. After she wore this gown, the retailer Pretty Little Thing said that online searches for gold sequin dresses shot up by 550%. She didn't just sell one dress, she created a massive global trend in a single evening. But here's what's so crucial to understand. Her influence isn't just about these huge, show-stopping glamour moments. A massive part of her fashion identity is her incredible versatility and her almost uncanny knack for choosing the absolute perfect outfit for any and every occasion. Just look at this contrast. On the left, you've got that full-on red carpet glamour, a stunning turquoise Jenny Packham gown for the Olympics gala. And on the right, she's visiting the Natural History Museum in a super chic but also totally accessible outfit, a designer blazer paired with simple jeans and sneakers. She just proves that great style can work literally anywhere. And of course, we have to talk about the wedding dress. This wasn't just a dress, it was a masterpiece of storytelling. It was designed by Sarah Burton for Alexander McQueen, and it blended tradition, like wearing that stunning Cartier tiara, with these deeply personal, patriotic details. The lace actually had the national flowers of all 4 UK nations woven into it. Just incredible. All right, this next section gets into one of Kate's most defining and honestly probably her most relatable style moves. In a world of fast fashion and wearing things only once, she has absolutely perfected the art of the rewear. And this is exactly why it matters so much. By wearing her favorite outfits again and again, sometimes years apart, she's sending a really powerful message. It helps normalize rewearing clothes, making high fashion feel a bit more sustainable and way more relatable, just like this quote says.
And here are just a couple of great examples. Remember that beautiful turquoise gown? She wore it first in 2012 and then brought it back 6 years later in 2018. Same thing with this L.K. Bennett dress, wore it on a royal tour in Australia, and then again 2 years later back in England. It's a very deliberate and very clever part of her personal brand.
So when you put all of this together, what's the secret? What is the secret to her enduring influence? Well, it's not just one thing, but this really carefully crafted mix of strategy, style, and substance. So here's the recipe for it. First, she's a master of high-low dressing, which makes designer fashion feel way more accessible. Second, she leans into that relatability with her signature rewears. And third, she always dresses with purpose. Her outfits often have a subtle message, right down to matching her dress to her kids' school uniforms for that perfect first day of school photo. Ultimately, it all boils down to this. For Kate Middleton, fashion is a tool. It's this incredibly sophisticated form of nonverbal communication that she uses to connect with the public, to do her job, and to carefully, thoughtfully shape her image on the world stage. And that leaves us with a final thought. The Kate effect has really defined royal fashion for more than a decade now. But as things change, as new styles and a new generation emerge, it really makes you wonder, what's next? What will the future of royal style influence even look like?